So the last couple of problems, it was asking which column to like 100 and 1,000 were in, right?
Right. And it's you divide, is it that you just divide it by six since there's six columns? And
No, there's no division. I'm not sure where everybody is going with this division. It was kind of crazy, and everybody was doing it. So I don't know if you just Googled that or whatever, but so for page two. Um, if you were to extend the array, where would 1,000 be? Where would a million be? You're just looking for patterns. In this class,
okay,
it's you're not really looking to make this any more complicated for a fifth or sixth grader, you know. So
right.
we're looking for patterns. So, you have 2 to the 10th and 2 to the 11th. Well, in module one, in chapter 0, we talked about problem solving. One of the methods we used in the first activity was, remember in the peg jumping,
Yes.
the method of problem solving, the strategy we used was to make it a simpler problem. So how could we simplify this problem? Like what questions would you ask yourself that would make this a smaller problem? Because 2 to the
Well,
10th equals 1024 is obviously not in the table. But there are some powers of 2 that are in the table, right?
because 10 and 100 are in that same column.
No, I'm not looking at the
Oh,
exponent.
I'm sorry.
I'm looking at the base, 2. So what comes to mind is, what about 2 to the second power or 2 to the third power?
So that's what I did was I broke it down and did like 2 to the first power, 2 to the second, 2 to the third, and I came up with all of those answers
Perfect.
from 2 to the first power all the way to 2 to the 11th power. And I saw like 2 to the first, third, fifth, seventh, ninth, and 11th. Those all fell in column two. And then
Very good.
two
Yeah.
to the whatever exponent was even fell in the fourth column.
Can you say that again, Cindy? I don't really understand it, but I want to write it down and then go back and be able to look at it so I can understand it better.
Yeah, so the easiest way for me to figure it out was I took and I put 2 to the first power equals 2, 2 to
Okay.
the second power equals 4, 2 to the third equals 8, and I went all the way down through 2 to the 11th power.
Okay.
So
And we
then,
can stop here too, because there's already a pattern.
yeah. So then I
Sorry,
saw
go ahead,
that
Cindy.
2 to the first power equals 2, which is in column 2.
Right.
2 to the second power equals 4, which is in column 4. 2 to the third column is, I'm sorry, 2 to the third power has an exponent of 8, which is in the second column.
But it's the eighth square. Is that what you mean?
No, it's the
No.
Oh,
columns.
okay.
So looking at, hey, this is something I want to make sure this is clear. These are the columns and they're labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so you only have 6 columns.
Okay.
So 2 to the first is in column what?
Two.
Um, 2, right
2.
here. Maybe I'll make a table, that's another problem solving strategy, okay? So powers of 2. So 2 to the first is 2, and that's in column number 2. 2 to the second is 4. That's in which column?
Column
Fourth.
4.
2 to the third is in column what?
2.
Is
Two.
in 2, right? 2 to the fourth, which is 16, is in column 4.
Four.
Starting to
4.
see a pattern now?
Okay. Okay.
So what do you think 2 to the 7th would be in? Let's skip a few. If you're looking at a pattern,
It's going to be in the second.
2, the
second,
second,
yeah, why?
because it goes 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4.
Yeah. So which exponents help us?
It's an odd exponent, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so what kind of exponents will be going in the second column?
the
The odd one.
odd,
Yeah, 2 to the odd power will always be in what column?
the second,
Second, and then 2 to the even
even,
power is always going in what?
the
fourth.
fourth.
Fourth. Great. So now you can actually answer something for larger powers of 2. Okay?
Well, thank y'all.
So good job. Good job. All right. So that was part B, part C. And
So now when we work those out, once we explain how we found the pattern and we say what column they will be in, is that as far as we need to go into it?
yes.
Okay.
Part A, does everybody know how to do part A? Any
The
questions?
number one, I'm okay with number one with going through it and crossing out to find the prime numbers.
I'm not talking about one, but like 2A.
Oh, 2A, sorry.
So does anybody need help on 2A?
If you could just go over it, I would appreciate it.
Okay.
2A.
All right. So for 2A, we're wondering, hold on, let me just see if I am. Okay, I am recording. I just wanted to kind of make sure of that. Okay, for 2A, if the array was extended, which column would 1,000 be and 1,000,000 be? All right. So again, I would look for simpler things. All right. So which number is 1,000? So which column is 1,000 and what is it? 1,000,000? Was that it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. So what do you think might be a simpler question to ask?
I know last week, I know because I wrote down 10 to the third
10. Okay. So 1,000
hours
is equal to 10 to the third, and 1,000,000
is 10 to the sixth.
is 10 to the sixth. So can I make this a simpler problem?
So I took it and broke it down as 10 to the first equals 10, which is in
Terrific.
column 4. And then 10 to the second equals 100, which is also in column 4.
Again, I'm doing a table. So that's a strategy, a problem-solving strategy. And I'm also using a second strategy, which is creating a simpler problem. All right. So 100, where is that? The 10 is here, column 4. 100 is in also in column 4. Terrific. So we have 2 powers of 10 that are in column 4. Where else would you see any number that is a power of 10?
In column 4.
Column 4, that's what it sounds like. So you can say 10 to the third and 10 to the sixth might be, according to this pattern, maybe in column 4. And so that's just using patterns and making a simpler problem using a table.
So we would say any number that is a power of 10 or 10 to the power of.
Yeah, that's what the pattern seems to be,
Okay.
right? Okay, so that was 2A, B, and C. Number 3 was find a column in the array for which the following statement is true. If two numbers in the column are multiplied, the product is also in that column. This is talking about the closure property. I'll just give you the answer, okay? It's the closure property. So it's stating for this that if two numbers are in the column, its product are also in the column. That means it's closed under multiplication, okay? So it's closed under multiplication if two numbers and their products are in the same column. If any two numbers and their products are in the same column. Okay. And usually when we study closure property, we talk about real numbers. We talk about sets of numbers, such as whole numbers, right? Or integers. Let's say integers. The set of integers, you know, from ... -3, -2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and you keep going, right? This is closed under addition. All right, so what happens is if you take any two numbers in the set, their sum is also in the set. Okay. It's also closed under multiplication. So if you take any two numbers in the set, their products are also in there. So for addition, say -3 plus 5 equals 2. 2 is also an integer, right? Let's take a multiplication problem. Any two numbers, say 5 times 2 is equal to 10. 10 is also an integer, okay? So that's what it means, closure property, okay? Is that if two numbers are in the set, their operation is also in the set. So integers is closed under addition and multiplication. Integers is not closed under division. And why do you think that is the case? Can you give me a counterexample? Just any example where
Everything doesn't come out evenly.
yeah, so just give me one example.
7 into 47.
So 47 is an integer. And if we divide it by 7, which is also an integer, we do not get an integer, right? Therefore, it's not closed under division. Yeah, you could take 3 divided by 5 is not an integer. All right, so integers are not closed under division, but they are closed under addition and multiplication. Okay? So going back here, they're asking which columns have the products of any two number that are also in the same column, okay? So here we have columns 1 through 6, okay? So let's start with column 1. What's 1 times 7 equal to?
7.
7, okay. What's 7 times 13 equal to?
91.
91.
Okay, so is 91 in the column?
Yes.
It is. Okay. All right. Now, 13 times 19 is going to be off the chart. Okay. But you can do this for any two numbers, okay? And you should get a number that's in the same column. So 19 times 7 is 133. If you want to test it, you could just keep going, right? And you wouldn't have to go that far, really. So I don't mind doing this. I would mind doing it if it was really large. And there it is, right?
Okay.
133. So that's 7 times 19 is 133. So far, every pair of numbers that I have multiplied, their product is in the same column. So 1 is one of those special columns that is closed under multiplication. Okay. All right. So for this, all right. So if two numbers are multiplied, their product is in there, and there are 4 columns. So we know that column 1 is closed under multiplication. So the question is, which other columns are also closed under multiplication? Okay, and you're just going to do the same thing that I did. You're just going to multiply the numbers, start off small. You could do 2 times 14, you could do 3 times 9, 3 times 15. You know, just start off small and just see. All right, so 2 times 8 is what?
16.
16.
Yeah, 16, but 16 is not in there, is it?
Mm-mm.
All right, so 2 is not closed under multiplication. All right, so you'll need to test the rest of the columns like that. Okay?
Thank you. I was so confused. I really was.
All right, you're welcome. All right. Let's see. So that was activity. And I guess what we're left with is just finishing up the homework. So how we doing so far? I know that I mean at least most of you all are working on the last few assignments in chapter 8. So does anybody have any questions on the homework?
Not me. I just have to finish the activity and then do the final.
Okay, good. Anyone else? I'm gonna try that video again. We can call it short if you want, and I can just stay by my computer and see if you have any questions.
That would
'Cause
help me because I planned on finishing a lot.
okay, Andy, yeah. I mean that's sounds fine to me. If you all don't have any questions and you all want to just work on the course, finish up the last few assignments in chapter 8 and take the test. Test 10. So that is on Friday. All the corresponding homework from chapter 6 and 8 are due on Friday. And then the final exam will close on the 13th, which is I think that's a Monday.
Mhm.
And then, now I will be traveling on that day. And so what I've been doing is I will certainly be looking at my emails and submitting grades while I'm overseas. But some of you all who have finished the course, if you all finish the course by Friday, I will have already submitted your grade to my NSCC. It's a banner. Okay. And I've already done that for like 4 or 5 people. I've already submitted grades because they're done with the course. So yeah, if you want to finish early, I will publish your grade early. Okay. And then I'm going to upload a video for Math 1420. Would you guys like a little overview of Math 1420? I know we did one last time, but I can do something a little more comprehensive if you'd like. Anybody interested in going over that course before we sign off?
I would like that.
Okay, terrific. All right, so here's 1420. When you log in, we will not meet that first week. Instead, I will send you this video that will, it's an overview of the course and then help you get started. And so that when we meet, we will meet actually in week 2. So you'll be logging in, you'll come to the home page and you'll see where you have information about me, the syllabus, and the schedule. And then we have our virtual class meeting room link, which is the exact same as the one that you've been coming into. So I just pasted it there. So we'll meet every Tuesday at the same time, 4:30 to 6:30. And you can, if you haven't already joined Remind, you can still do that by texting this text to the phone number 81010. And that would help you send me a text if you have any questions, you can upload screenshots and everything. Okay. Now, so I'm just going to click on this first link to the syllabus and go over that very quickly. It'll be very similar to 1410, the way it's laid out. I'll go right down to the assignment descriptions. For the formative assignments, which is 35% of your grade, we have homework and activities. The homework is worth 15%, and the activities in the Dropbox are worth 20% of your overall grade in this class. For tests and the summative assignments are worth 65% of your grade. We have 4 tests and 1 final exam. And so of the 5 exams that we have in this course, that's the 4 tests and the final exam, if you divide 65 divided by 5, you get 13. So each test in final exam is worth 13% of your grade. Now, if you're jotting this down, it's awesome because you're going to be taking a syllabus quiz about this information. So there's the breakdown here. We have homework, 15%, activities, 20%. Each test of 4 tests are worth 13%, and the final exam is 13%. And then the grade scale is common. 90 to 100 is A, 80 to 89 is B, and so forth. Okay. So that's the syllabus. Under the and you can get to the syllabus again by going to content, to the getting started section, and you can go through all of these documents, and then you can print off the important documents. So we just covered the syllabus. The next thing is the course schedule. I suggest printing that off as well. This is a kind of a pacing guide for you. So in week 1, I want you to do the syllabus quiz. That's due October 24th. And I also want you to start your ratio and proportion. That's in module 1. The everything is due November 2nd for ratio and proportion. Now, I'm going to go one document over so that you can see the schedule of assignments and due dates. Print this off. So all of module 1 is due by November 2nd.
And am I correct that we won't have access to any of this until the class opens on the 20th?
If you would like, I can just send you these documents as PDFs in an email.
Oh, that would be great.
Okay, so I could send you the
I
syllabus
would love
and
that as well.
schedule of assignments so that you can just get that jotted down.
Yes, ma'am.
An agenda. I think that's great.
I would like that too, please.
Okay, I'm happy to
I
do
would
that.
also like that, please.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm the person that has a planner for my planner. So
I have my planner written in my planner, on my calendar, on my wall, and on my fridge.
You should
That's
yeah, my
fantastic.
fridge behind me, everything is written on there. Doctors
Mhm.
for everybody in the house. Everything.
Yeah, my family knows if it doesn't make it in one of the 3 planners, it didn't happen.
Yes, yes.
Does it make it in all 3, Cindy?
Most of the time, yes, and Kendall will vouch. Even if it's wrong, it may be wrong in all 3 of them.
At least you're
She's
consistent.
she's correct.
That's awesome. I'm happy to send the schedule and the syllabus. Let's see, anything else you need? If you want, I could send a PDF of the first activity as well. All right. Now, let me go back to content and just make sure. We have in our important documents, we've got the syllabus, the course schedule, and the 7 weeks assignment and due dates. That's the big one right there. So I could send you those. And under the module 1, where you get started, there are some handouts. So you've got notes on ratio and proportional relationships, and then you have videos to watch. And then in chapter 9, where there's there's also notes on equations, and then videos on graphing and solving linear equations. And then you've got your homework in Mymathlab over chapters 7 and 9. And then your Dropbox activity. And so I'm going to go ahead and open the first Dropbox activity. Since it's due November 9th, I'm going to go over that with you. So you have a choice of opening up as a PDF or a document and a Word doc. So if you want to use the Word doc so that you can type in it, you are welcome to do that. But I'm going to open up the PDF. All right. So in the first activity, excuse me, there we go. The purpose of this assignment is to introduce the concept of ratios and proportional relationships. Ratios and proportional relationships are utilized every time one stops for gas, or drive down the road or go to the grocery store? Does anybody look at those like price per unit when they're like shopping for items like tuna fish, or like
Yes.
which one should you get? The larger can or the smaller can, right? That
Mhm.
is ratio. Those are proportional relationships that we need to learn. The task is to solve the following word problems. It says a scooter is going 3/4 of a mile every 4 minutes. Make a ratio table or a double number line to assist you in answering the questions, such as the A, which is how far does the scooter go in 8 minutes and then in 12 minutes? And then B, how long does it take the scooter to go 3 miles or 1 mile? All right, and then in problem number 2, at lunch there was a choice of pizza or a hot dog. 3 times as many students chose pizza as chose hot dogs. Altogether, 160 students got lunch. So how many students got pizza and how many got a hot dog? And in this one, you want to draw a strip diagram to help you solve. Now, I don't expect you to know this right off the bat. So it's so important when you're doing the activity to go into the e-text and do the reading for chapter 7 and 9. And so just like I did before, I've got up here in the quick links your assignments, all your Dropbox activities here. The quiz, the syllabus quiz, it's only one quiz you have to take, and that's due on the 24th of October. You're going to go here and submit that quiz. It's just a syllabus quiz, but everything else that is just in the assignment Dropbox and the quick link to Mymathlab assignments. So in the e-text right there, you can open up in a separate browser, go over to the table of contents, which I think you should be good at this point, and go to chapter 7. And you're going to go through there, and then you're also going to go through algebra, okay, in chapter 9, okay? So you can just click to a section. Once you're finished reading in one, you could go to the next one. Let's say I go to 7.3, the values of ratio with unit rates. All right, and you can see how you can use some ratios. You can develop it as a table, right? Where you can put in some ratios. Let's see. And here is a problem which I would do and see how they used a diagram to solve the problem. So as you're going through, you're going to be looking at how they work these activities or work these problems using strip diagrams and tables, ratio tables. Okay. These are really cool. I don't know if you've gone into some of these the URLs, but it's interactive e-text, and you could click on them and it'll go right into like a model which you can use, or some of them are activities. Okay, it's taking a little long to load, but all right. So I do need you to be going through your text to see how they work out some of these problems before you attempt homework. Okay. And other things you can do to help you learn the material is by going to the table of contents, and under each module, you'll have the handouts. So for module 1, again, we go into the document and just click on the handouts. Okay, so that's pretty much the overview of the first module, okay? So I'll send you a link to, or I'll send you a PDF of the syllabus and the course schedule. Okay,
That's perfect. Thank you.
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. You're welcome. Do you all have access to your ebook outside of this course shell? Just curious.
Sometimes when the classes close, the book closes, but sometimes it doesn't.
Well, if it doesn't close, you can actually do some reading, before we meet, before class begins. So
I was thinking that, so I was looking forward to whenever you send us that PDF that I can go ahead and
that
start
sounds
looking.
good. So that way, if I give you a schedule, you can actually now just take a look at chapter 7 and start reading, and you'll be ready to go when the course starts. Okay. All right. And again, all the homework is in this link here. The due dates should be already set up, so you can see that all of chapter 7 and 9 and test 1 are due on November 2nd. Okay, so you can jot that down. The second test is due November 9th, and the third test is due November 30th, and the last test, test 4, is due December 7th at 11:59 p.m. Did you want me to get the schedule for the final exam?
Oh, was that final test not the final exam?
No, that was test
Oh,
4. So the final
I'm sorry.
exam, you can't see it yet because it's not been open, but it's not open yet. So all the tests are open, but the final exam is not. And for the schedule, the final exam will open December 8th and closes December 11th. Okay. So,
Thank you.
all right, you are welcome. So that kind of finishes up our overview of Math 1420. Are there any other questions about the course and how it's organized?
No, ma'am.
Okay, great. Well, you all have a terrific day. I will stand by my computer until class is over at 6:30. So if you have any questions, feel free to send me a note. And of course, if I don't get to you right away, if you send it after class, no problem. I will respond. So, okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very
you.
Have a good
much.
evening.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
You're welcome. You too. Take care, everybody.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You're welcome.
Thank
You too.
you.